All right, so if your home is on the market and you're still trying to sell it and there's damage, what
If you do have damage that occurred, we have to update your seller's disclosure so that we're letting people know what happened.
if it doesn't matter if it's pending or not, who's responsible for fixing the damage?
The owner of the home is still responsible for it, but it does create a different situation if you are under contract and you're getting ready to close and significant damage has occurred. It affects it in a couple different ways. From a mortgage company's standpoint, they will, when there's been a natural disaster that's been identified, they will require that appraisers recheck the property to make sure that the asset that they're going to be lending on still has the same value and is intact.
So even if you've gotten past the appraisal, if there's significant damage, you're going to have to get
The bank says, send them back. We need to make sure.
And is that another charge too? Like you're going to have to pay for a second appraisal?
Yeah, there is a charge for that.
Is that anything that insurance would cover, Rob?
Probably not a second appraisal or anything like that. It's just going to be more the structure, contents of the home.
Okay.
There's some ancillary coverages there as well.
Now, if the appraisal comes back and say pending, getting X, Y, and Z fixed, then you're okay again. But you do then have to get X, Y, and Z fixed, which means more people involved in the process of selling your home. And I'm assuming that you also have the resources, like my roof is damaged, that you can send somebody.
Let me get you connected with one of our great vendors for sure. Rob, that was one thing I was curious about. I had thought that when you're in the process of closing and an insurance company has done a homeowner's policy getting ready to close, don't they require another check of some sort if there's been some sort of natural disaster designated in an area?
Yeah. We'll usually send an agent back out, take a look to make sure that the home is actually
still there.
insurable. Right. You don't want to insure something that's not there anymore. So.
What if your home is pending
and then the roof
an issue
blew off like it did for Rick's? So we actually have verbiage in our purchase agreement that addresses this. If there is a significant amount of insurable damage, then it basically is up to the buyer and seller if they can agree on how it will be handled. And no one is obligated to move forward with the sale if there is that sort of significant damage, but they can agree to and go through the whole insurance process. There are situations, doesn't work so well when you have a mortgage company involved, but like with a cash buyer where they have the choice to go ahead and close and just get the insurance funds to take care of it after closing.
Okay. Now, you said you had a story about a home in Polk City.
Oh my
that
gosh.
was in this same situation.
It wasn't a natural disaster, but it was insurable damage that just created this craziness. The morning of closing, these clients they moved from Seattle, Washington to Polk City, Iowa. So cross-country move. Their movers had followed them. They showed up, getting ready to close that morning, and the listing agent on the property called me and said, "Oh my gosh, Misty, the ceiling to the kitchen is on the floor, and the basement is full of water." Here, the insurance agent.
Yeah,
Oh
I just.
jeez.
It's bad.
I love that. And they were like, a semi comes later today, planning, everything had been so smooth and easy, and then this happens. So, we worked through it. They talked to their insurance agent, we ended up, the buyers stayed in a hotel for a month, but they got to select everything that got updated in the home. What had happened was a toilet. This was a vacant home, a toilet on the second floor.
Started overrunning.
Something burst on it, and it went through the entire house. It ended up being a huge inconvenience, and yet they had the opportunity then to select new cabinets, new flooring, get everything redone, but they had to wait. But the insurance company actually paid for the buyer of the property to stay in a hotel to wait so that it could go ahead and close. So it ended up being a happy ending, but it was It was a good lesson for me on how this insurance clause works in our purchase agreement.